It's Jess Glynn, or as producer man Steve calls her, Just Glenn. I don't think that's correct. Do you, Tommy? That's not right, is it?
I'm not the best person to ask, really.
Well, her name's Jess Glynn, not Just Glenn.
I wish it was just Glenn.
Just Glenn is the name of one of our producers.
Just Glenn.
Just Glenn. He's a nice guy. Glenn Carey. Lovely guy. Anyway, shall we talk movies today, Tommy?
Yeah, well, we've got to see out Joker July, haven't we?
We have, with style.
I figured I'd go for a quite recent film starring the Joker. And it's Batman the Killing Joke, which is an animated film that came out in 2016. It's rated R in America, so rated 15 here.
Right, yes.
If this film scrapped the first 20 minutes that were purely added to make the film longer, then it would be a 5 out of 5 rating from me. Unfortunately, the filmmakers, viewing the comic book story as a story not long enough to be adapted into a feature film, they decided to add a 20-minute prologue at the start. I don't have an issue with them doing this. The problem is the fact that they chose to focus on Batgirl for the first 20 minutes instead of focusing on the primary characters of the story to give them more depth. Batman and the Joker, ideally, for example. After the boring first 20 minutes of the story are fully kicked off, then the beginning of the graphic novel starts, and it focuses on the mirrored, complex relationship between Batman and the Joker and what they share with each other. The analysis of the famous comic book from the 1980s, Batman the Killing Joke, has been talked about for decades, as this was the first version of the comic book villain to be confirmed in origin story. All it takes is one bad day. That is a fantastic line of dialogue the Joker says to his arch nemesis, which proves true, as both of them shared a bad day in their youth, which drove them both crazy. But the only catch is Batman chose to do the right thing with his madness, while the Joker chose to do the wrong thing. The themes of these two icons is so well crafted, it is not a wonder that they have lasted through 80 plus years of pop culture. Batman decided to take what is scary and frightening, and he will show the good and the justice that lays within. Whereas the Joker decided that he will take what is comical, what is innocent, what is childlike, and he will show the horror and the evil that lays within that. So they are both corruptions of cultural norms, which only connects them more as a result. Getting the talented voices from Batman the Animated Series was an inspired choice, considering, in my opinion, nobody portrays Batman and the Joker better than Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, despite them only being the voices. So to close, if you scrap those first boring 20 minutes that tried to give more depth to a secondary character, then you have a decent adaptation of a well-beloved graphic novel. The animation is a bit basic, but the film works best when focusing on the duality and connections of the main two freaks in the story, the Bat and the Clown. So it's an enjoyable film, but the graphic novel is a better experience, though, I believe. So on that note, I am going to rate this final Joker movie of Joker month, Joker July. I'm going to rate it 3 out of 5, Dan.
Wow, so 2 stars lost then because of the first
20 minutes.
First 20 minutes.
It just doesn't do it any favours, you know, like because the graphic novel is a great read, but obviously the creators of the movie read it and were like, oh yeah, it's going to be too short, we need to add on 20 minutes, and it was just 20 minutes that could have been used better, I think, just to flesh out the titular character, perhaps show us more of the Joker. You know, you can never have enough of this character, and that's why I chose a whole month of movie reviews dedicated to him, because I think him and Batman are probably my 2 favourite pop culture characters of all time, I think.
Yeah, you are a Batman fan.
Huge Batman fan,
Huge
and
Batman
I think there's a lot to be analysed about those two characters and the way they've been defined in cinema and in on page for the past 80 plus years. And yeah, that's just why I wanted to dedicate a whole month to this character, because you know the Joker. Who doesn't love the Joker? Am I right?
Well, exactly that. So Tommy, Joker July, when all said and done, is now over.
Yep.
So what have we got next week?
Well, it's a change up. So you know me, I like to pick a word that starts with the same letter as the month don't I?
Yeah,
So-
you do.
So, like, for example, we've just had Joker July, and last month we had Jukebox June. So for August, we're going to go for Action August. So we'll be doing action movies, which could be anything from starring, I don't know, Bruce Willis to Arnold Schwarzenegger, to Sylvester Stallone, you know, Harrison Ford even. Yeah, there could be numerous action movies out there that we can talk about. Samuel L. Jackson as well, you know, there's a lot of fun action films with him in them. By the by, I'm just really looking forward to August and just seeing what we've got planned for it.
I'll be honest, my personal preference for what to look forward to, I'm going ahead to September because I know what's coming up. But still, you might surprise me in August. I think I've got a little idea in my head what to expect, but I think you're going to go above and beyond my expectations here, Tommy.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Well, speaking of, I know what film you're referencing for sci-fi September, and I know what film you're referencing for September.
Yes.
And I've written that was the third ever review that I wrote on this app that I write them on, and it's quite a short review, so I might need to go back and write a longer review because, of course, we're gonna need to dip into that a bit more deeply.
Oh yeah, we are gonna go into that one quite deeply.
And I've only reviewed the first one so far. I haven't reviewed 2 and 3 yet. So
well, you need to get on with it then.
Yeah.
And could that be a clue for you at home? Ooh, there you go. You know there's 3 of them.
You know there's 3 of them.
You don't know what the film is, though. That's the secret. Well, Tommy, thank you very much. You're going to stick around for the answer to the brain hurty.
I literally could not start my weekend unless I found out the answer to the brain hurty.
Most of us can't, to be honest. Well, Tommy, thanks for another great review. And, of course, looking forward to next week's as we enter Action August.
No worries. And I'd like to go out on this Joker July month by just saying to everyone, have a fab weekend and keep smiling.